Hello everyone, my name is Muhayo, and in this video I will share my own experience of studying abroad, how it changed my life, how it changed my personality, and how it changed my perspective in general. I have been studying abroad in 4 different countries: Turkey, Hungary, Russia, and France. Now I'm doing my PhD in Hungary. I would say that I used to be a very different person when I first moved to Russia. And it changed me a lot. It changed not only my personality, it changed my worldview, my way of seeing things, and in general how I think and how I act. So if you are to study abroad, this video will help you to make more informed decisions. First thing is learning languages. When I first moved to Russia, I wouldn't say I was speaking perfect Russian. It was quite broken, I would say, and it was very low level. But all my study was in Russian, and I had to speak and I had to take my exams. So this is actually very hard. I agree, but at the same time, it's a perfect condition for a person to learn a language. When you are in the environment, you have to speak, and the process of learning goes much faster than if you are studying alone, or if you are studying in a different country where this language is not the local language. I was able not only learn Russian, but I started speaking English, and I also learned French. So of course learning languages is a good idea anyway, and it will give you a lot of benefits, and I have been talking about how to learn languages in other my videos, so you can check them. But studying abroad is the main reason that I started speaking so many languages, because if I was at home I wouldn't be able to speak any languages, especially English or French. The second thing is network. This is really cool thing, I would say, because I was studying at the university where there were a lot of foreign students, and I could make a lot of friends that from all over the world. Now, for example, it's really interesting for me because I'm living in Hungary, and for example, I can get a package from Canada saying that Happy New Year or Merry Christmas, or I can, I don't know, travel to Serbia to visit my friend, or I just can go to Turkey and see my friends. So this is really cool because it's not only about having friends, but it's about being able to travel almost everywhere, and you know for sure that you have someone in that country. I didn't count how many friends I have abroad, but I am in close contact with more than 15 of them, and they are in different countries. When you are abroad, you will be able to see how people are different. And this is another thing about studying abroad, that you will be exposed to different cultures, and this will shape your personality. This sounds maybe a bit weird, but what I mean here that you are able to see how world is different, and taking into account these differences between people and this diversity, you will shape your own personality. You will choose what is best for you. Because in my case, for example, when I moved to Russia in 2012, I was quite a reserved person. I was very shy. It was very hard for me to make contacts. I was afraid to speak, I would say, in the local language because I was thinking they will start mocking me or they will start laughing at me. But when you see how people are different and how it is so different abroad rather than in your culture, you will become more tolerant, I would say, and you will understand that the world is so big and life is so diverse, and you will become very tolerant to other people, and you will try to respect their culture, their language, and how they see the world, and you will judge less, I would say, or maybe you will not judge at all. Because when I was in my country, I was thinking this is the only, for example, when you are living in your own country, it's like you are living in a box, you know, like in a shaped form. You are not able to see other parts of life, other things that happening in the world. And the very interesting thing was about me that I have become so open-minded after I started my journey of studying abroad. I have become more talkative. I have become less shy, and I have become more confident about myself, about my personality, and I was able to understand the differences of the people. I have become very emotionally intelligent, I would say, because now, for example, I can tolerate everything. Whatever happens, nothing will shock me, nothing will surprise me. I'm just like, okay, it's there and it's there. It has right to be there. Now, talking about another thing is working opportunities. When you are looking for a job, it doesn't matter if you are planning to move back or if you are planning to stay in the country where you were studying. In my case, I was working in Russia for a while, but I decided to move to my country back, and I stayed there for another 3 years, and then I decided to study again and move to Hungary. But the point is that when you have this international experience of studying abroad, your CV is already one level higher than any others who was studying in the country. I wouldn't say the education in this or other country is bad, but I would say that most of the employers know that it is good to study abroad, and they will always prioritize your CV in selecting process. So in my case, I was able to get jobs in my own country very easily because, again, I was speaking 3 different languages. I was having my bachelor and master degree in a foreign country, and I also was able to understand again the people very well because I have met so many of them, and when I was in the interviews, I could understand what they want to hear. So I was giving the answer they are looking for, I mean the employers. So work opportunities is another thing of studying abroad. Exactly, studying in Russia helped me further to get new career perspectives. When I was studying in Russia, I was able to go abroad for an exchange program in Hungary and in France. So seeing Hungarian type of education and seeing the university, Corvinus University at that time for the first time, I really wanted to come back. And later on, after 3 years, I moved back again to study and to continue my study as a PhD student. So if I hadn't been studying in Russia, I would have not be able to reach the moment where I was getting my PhD in Hungary. Because, of course, the bachelor and master degree shaped my personality, helped me to realize how world works, how things work. So I was able to further get new opportunities because I had very diverse networks. I had a very interesting education, and I knew languages, so I was able to move to Hungary and continue my study. It is very hard, of course, to decide to leave your family, to leave your parents, but again, in my case, I was a very home girl, I would say. I was always at home, I was always with my parents, but when I moved abroad, I was able to be independent. I was able to live independently. I was able to think independently. And it's very, very crucial because you have to be able to take independent decisions because the consequences of these decisions are always on you. In general, I would say my family is a bit conservative in that term, and in my country, not a lot of girls can go and study abroad, but I was the only girl from my entire extended family who was able to study abroad. And now I have launched a process where people seeing my opportunities, seeing how I changed, seeing how many possibilities I have, they are very eager to make the education for their children possible, especially for girls. And this is very, very great thing for me, because even if I wasn't able, for example, to convince some people that studying abroad is good when I was only 20 years old, so I was a great example for many people in my extended family to give the opportunity for their daughters to study. And this is really cool, this is really good, because education in general is really crucial, especially for women which are bringing up children and these children can form the nation. Some of you can say that, of course, it is easy for you to tell study abroad, but it's very expensive. Of course, I understand it's very expensive and it is hard to finance your education abroad, but that's why in this channel I'm sharing with you the opportunities to study abroad with scholarship. Most of them are fully funded, so please check other videos and you can see how to apply for the scholarship, how to find them, and how to get accepted for them. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this video was helpful to you, and please let me know in the comments what kind of doubts you have while making decision to study abroad, and see you in my next videos.